Hello y'all for another day of Caveman Cody. Now, I'm in a particularly good mood today because I just now came down here to shoot this video after I blew a groundhog's brains all over the side of the barn. This is the same one that's been irritating us for a while, so yay me. I'll add in a non-graphic picture of him at the end of this video for y'all. So anyway, in this video I will be talking about traps. Now, there are several different kinds of traps, many different kinds of designs and types and ways you can use them. The most effective trap is the one that catches your food, is the one that is in the right location that catches game. Because I mean, you can't put a trap in the middle of a highway and expect to catch anything except for maybe a ticket. Alright, so one of the things you want to look for when you're setting up a trap is game trails. Look for frequent use ones, and look for areas where it's going to help try and funnel them in. You want to try and make them set off that trigger so you catch them. Okay, now pretty much all the game trails around here are deer. There's not that many anything else around here. But I'm going to show you two basic traps today. Just a basic snare and a squirrel snare. A squirrel snare, I can guarantee you, you will catch something. Especially in an area like this, where it's just squirrels everywhere. You know, I can set a trap up on this tree right over here, and I can guarantee you I'm going to catch a squirrel in the next 2 days. And the more traps you set up, the better chances you have of catching something. I mean, that is very important. Multiple. You can't just set up one trap and expect to, you know, catch a lifetime supply of food off it. Not going to happen. And there are so many traps, but I can pretty much describe them all with one saying I made: mangle, dangle, tangle, strangle. Okay, mangle like a deadfall trap, tangle like a net, dangle like a spring snare that snatches them up off the ground so predators can't eat them, and then strangle, which would be just any kind of a basic snare trap that grips their neck and holds them and strangles them to death. Now, when you set a trap, especially any kind of a snare trap or tangle trap like a net trap, you want to check it every day. Because if there's an animal in there, you don't want them to suffer. I mean, let's face it, if you got tied up in some kind of a crazy trap, would you want them to end your suffering, or would you want them to just lounge around for the next 2 days and let the animals have their way with you? So, I'm gonna go, you know, I want to show you all the squirrel snare first, because that'd be the easiest to do right now, because this is a squirrel area. And next, I'm going to show you all just a basic snare for some rabbit trails. So, I'm going to go ahead and set that up. Well, okay, so start getting. A squirrel snare is very simple. Squirrels by nature are very lazy creatures. I mean, they gotta climb straight up trees. If they could take a shortcut to get up that tree, they will. I mean, wouldn't you? Humans naturally take the shortest route possible. Unless it's a tactical situation, in which case it's best to go to the thickest area possible, but try and be quiet. But this trap is extremely simple. All you need is a bunch of string, whether it be natural or man-made, or even, you know, off of your shirt, improvise, whatever. But it's best to, but for snares, it's best to use wire, thin wire. But you're gonna need a long stick, and you're just gonna lean up against a tree, as you know squirrels like to go. Okay, so this tree over here, for example, Okay, I know this tree, squirrels will go to this tree, but they like to go up the other one better. I'm going to show you this, use it on this tree because it's closer so you can hear me better. What you're going to do is you're just going to take the stick, just lean against the tree like that. And the squirrel's going to run right up that. What you're going to do is you're going to take your string. I'm not cutting this because this is natural cordage I made earlier this year. And all you're going to do is just going to tie a whole bunch of these on here. Okay, I'm going to do a square knot. Make sure it's nice and secure because you don't want it coming off. And then what you're going to do is make a simple loop. I like to use a knot called the bowline for this, but it's not going to be too tight and it's not going to be too hard to pull through. Yeah, I'll show you how to do the bowline. To do the bowline, basically you're going to make an E shape with the cord, like this. You're going to put the cord through the loop that you created with the E. You're going to wrap it. You're going to make it go around this line and then back through that loop. And then just pull tight. And that's a knot that won't come undone or tighten on itself. Now to make it a slip knot, all you need to do is just push the line right through here. Okay. So, when you're setting this strap up, you don't want the loop too big. Ideally you want to use a smaller bowline. But then you would just set the loop right here, and you could have it resting there, holding it with sticks or whatever, or if you're using wire, just bend it so it stays there. And then you're going to place a whole bunch of these all the way down the stick. And it's not unheard of to catch 5 or 6 squirrels on one stick. For some reason they don't tend to care if there's a squirrel, if they're one of their little buddies is hanging dead below them. And that's how you make a very easy squirrel snare. Just set a whole bunch of these up and leave them out. Check them every day. It's a good trap. I know it works. I've seen it used. And also keep in mind, if you're going to actually use any kind of trap to actually hunt with, you need to check your local laws. Because different kinds of primitive traps are not legal to use. And I don't know which ones are legal to use and which ones aren't. So I can't give you any kind of advice on if you can use this one while you're trap hunting or whatever this year. I just know these are survival traps that you can use in a survival situation where your life depends on it. Okay, so I'm gonna walk on over here and find this little rabbit trail and show you how to make a rabbit trap, or just a simple little snare. Okay, y'all. So I've found a little rabbit trail here. Now, because this is out in the sun, it's gonna probably look kind of weird on the camera, or at least it does to me. So you gotta bear with me, and I ain't got really any kind of trees nearby, so bear with me on that too. But here it is. If you really look, you can see how it's kind of like a tunnel. How it's all depressed. Okay. Now, bear with me 1 second while I try and set the camera up somewhere for y'all. The shot probably sucks on this, but Bear with me for a little while. Alright, so first thing you're going to need is a little stick. Nothing big, nothing fancy, just a little stick. And you're just going to sharpen one end. And you want to do this away from your trap site because the animal is going to smell the fresh wood. And it's best if you rub it in the dirt and also either wear gloves or rub your hands in dirt or animal feces or something like that to help mask your smell. And try to not touch the trail or disturb it as much as you can. Okay. Now, it would help if you carve a little notch in the stick too. That didn't work. This stick's too weak. Ideally, you'd use a thicker stick, but keep in mind, I'm also just demonstrating. Anyway, you would set it up on trail. This is not a real trail. This is a dead one. But once again, you're gonna embed it in the ground. You're gonna take the stick. You're gonna tie your string on it, and use the exact same kind of knot you would on a squirrel snare. And what you want to do is you want to take your fist and put it on the ground. You want it fist high, about fist width. No, that's wrong. Well, 4 fingers is about fist high. You want that high, which is about the same width as my fist. I don't know about yours. And you want the loop that the animal's going to put their head through to be exactly about the size of your fist. Okay. So, you can do a bowline, you could do an overhand fixed knot, you can do whatever kind of knot that works for you. But it helps if you carry wire in your pack or scout kit or whatever you want to call it, so that way you don't go through this problem. And if you have, and another thing you can do is if you have too much string and you don't want to cut it like I do, you can just wrap it around the stick as many times as you want. That'll help make the hole stronger and all that, so yeah. Okay. Now, you wouldn't really want to do this part glove, but about fist width, about like that, and then you just push it into the ground, right beside the trail, and then you can leave the loop supported up with sticks and other stuff. Now here's an added advantage to using natural cords like I did. Let me show you. Alright. So, can you see it? And then you would take sticks and just support the loop up, four fingers high. And when the animal comes through it, now it's held by that stick. Now, you're going to want this to be kind of strong. You want that stick deep in the ground, because remember, this is a creature fighting for its life. They're going to fight with all the strength they got. And another thing is take a big stick, so that way you can just give them a good whack on the head when you find them. That way you can break their neck kill them instantly, or dispatch them is the proper term. And if you want, when you practice traps, be sure to dismantle them. You don't want no animals getting caught out there and just going to waste. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of this video. I'll see you maybe tomorrow or next day talking about some more advanced traps, and then again, or really advanced traps like spear traps and so on. Alright. Did y'all think I was really done? All I've got left to say, here's a quick thanks to the YouTube user, K-Bar user. He sent a lot of subbers my way. If y'all haven't seen him or checked him out, check him out. I like him. I like his style of filming, because I really just don't like the professionally produced videos. It's all the same. I like hearing the unique opinions of people who do it themselves. Check him out. He got some good experience behind him too. That's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, comment, yada yada. I'll try and get one up tomorrow. My favorite thing to do is trapping. I like traps. I love learning traps. Alright. Now I'm done. Aside from the picture that's getting ready to scroll over.